welcome to another episode of Talk with Antonio. I am your host, Antonio. Today is August 21st, 2023. Man, what a crazy weekend we had, ladies and gentlemen. First, because we went through, here in Southern California, we went through the, quote, hurricane, when in reality it was just a tropical storm. I mean, how can I say this? It was just a lot of rain. There were some type of, you could say, strong winds, but not as much. You know what I'm saying? I was, prior to, I knew there was going to be a hurricane supposedly coming here to Southern California, mostly here in the southwestern part of the United States of America. But I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't worried at all. I kid you not. I was not worried at all because they say that the other time there was like a major tropical storm that hit Southern California was in 1939, if I remember correctly. That was way before my time. But other than that, they say this was not the first time. This is something that a lot of people may not remember, but Southern California was like in my lifetime. I remember that this was not the first time Southern California was hit with a tropical storm or quote unquote hurricane. Back in 1997, I do remember I was in 7th grade. Hurricane Nora hit here in Southern California. I do remember hitting here. All it was just pure rain nonstop. Pure rain nonstop, ladies and gentlemen. And the hurricane that came here to the United States this past weekend was Hurricane Hilary. It says here, look, this is from Yahoo. Rain from Tropical Storm Hilary lashes California and Mexico, swamping roads and trapping cars. San Diego. Tropical Storm Hilary inundated streets across Mexico's arid Baja California peninsula with deadly floodwaters Sunday before moving over Southern California with swamped roads and downed trees as concerns mounted that flash floods could strike in places as far as northeast Idaho. Forecasters said Hilary was the first tropical storm to hit Southern California in 84 years, bringing floods, mudslides, high winds, power outages, and potential for isolated tornadoes. That's something that has not occurred. It probably never will because we don't have that type of weather here for tornadoes. The storm already dumped more than 6 inches of rain in some mountain communities and threatened more than average year's worth of rain in inland desert areas. Hilary made fall along the Mexican coast in a sparsely populated area about 150 miles south of Ensenada on Sunday, then moved through mudslide-prone Tijuana, threatening the improvised homes that cling to hillsides just south of the U.S. border. By Sunday evening, the storm had moved over to San Diego and was headed north into inland desert areas. As the evening fell in California, the National Weather Service in Los Angeles warned of significant flooding risk throughout populous mountain areas along the coast of northeast of Los Angeles. Please stay off roads, the agency posted on Twitter. Mud and boulders spiral onto highways, water gush onto roadways, and tree branches fell into neighborhoods from San Diego to Los Angeles. Dozens of cars were trapped in flood waters in typically hot and dry Palm Desert and surrounding communities across the Coachella Valley. Crews pumped flood waters out of the emergency room at Eisenhower Medical Center in Rancho Mirage. Hilary could wallop other western states with a once-in-a-century range with a good chance of becoming the wettest known tropical cyclone to douse Nevada, Oregon, and Idaho. Hilary was expected to remain a tropical storm into central Nevada early Monday before dissipating. The Los Angeles Unified School District, the nation's second-largest school system, has said all campuses will be closed on Monday. San Diego schools postponed the first day of classes from Monday to Tuesday. And I quote, "There is no way we can compromise the safety of a single child or an employee, or inability to survey buildings or inability to determine access to schools makes it nearly impossible for us to open schools," Superintendent Alberto Carvajal said at a media briefing. And is exactly what happened with Hurricane Nora, but this is something that I kind of know. I was working this entire weekend, And I kid you not, I completely forgot about what was going on because I worked on, what was it, Saturday. I was working in the Calabasas North area, specifically Chatsworth. I remember I got an order to do shop and delivery for Vaughn's for a customer. And lo and behold, people, when I got there, I was like, what the hell? Why is the supermarket full? I kid you not, I completely forgot about the hurricane or tropical storm coming to Southern California, because I remember, dude, all the people were like, the lines of the cash, the lines for paying their groceries and stuff were fucking huge lines. And I kid you not, the water aisle, the whatchamacallit, the can section aisle, the spaghetti aisle, the pasta aisle, even like the Asian aisle, like where the ramen noodle section is at, completely empty. And I remember when I was doing the shopping, the lady asked for a 24 pack of 16-ounce water. There wasn't any available. I was like, oh shit, what do I do? And then I had to call the customer. And the lady, oh my gosh, she was so sweet, people. That when I called her, I explained my situation, and she was like, oh, that's right. So what I had to do was I had to get her a 12-pack of 12-ounce waters, because that was the only thing they had. I had no other choice. And the lady was very understanding, because she also completely forgot that the hurricane was coming. And I was like, oh, shit. It was chaos while doing the shopping, but it was just like that, people. I would say like midday. Then throughout the evening, I did return to the supermarket, but it was just not that packed anymore. But this is something that's been pretty well known when it comes to like natural disasters, or even with COVID, for fuck's sake. I remember when the coronavirus pandemic came. Oh my God. The water, the can section. And lo and behold, the toilet paper section. I mean, that was something that I kind of like, what the hell? Why were people like hogging all the fucking toilet paper and paper towels? And I remember one of my followers in Twitter said, she posted a video that says, toilet paper crisis again. Oh, and the toilet paper, and it was at a Target, I believe, and it was completely empty. The toilet paper aisle, empty, and right now, like when this shit was happening, it was chaos. It was complete and utter chaos. That panic buying, it creates a havoc, and I was like, what the hell? But prior to this, I do remember, like, I always get a shift like days before I'm gonna work on this day, but I completely forgot to set up a schedule to get a shift on this past Sunday, yesterday. But I forgot, and then I kind of forgot I couldn't get a schedule, and I was pretty pissed off about that, people, because I was. But at the same time, I think the world did a huge favor for me, because when that shit hit, I kid you not. Let me see. I got text right here. This was on a Sunday. Let me see. It says here, due to severe weather in Calabasas, Northridge, Malibu, Burbank, San Fernando, we are temporarily halting operations. We'll let you know when we resume operations. Be safe and take care. And it's funny. Just imagine what would have happened if I would have made it. I was in the middle of a delivery and this shit hit. Like, what would have happened there? I mean, I was looking on Reddit. A lot of people were saying, a lot of people were stuck. They were in the middle of a delivery because supposedly the app was super busy that day. And then I was looking on Reddit. A lot of people were in the middle of a delivery when all of a sudden they were getting like the beeping sound of the flash floods and everything, and those shit spooked me out, people. Those shit spooked me. They that little sound when they put it on they play on the phone. Oh my god, that instantly scares the shit out of me. And I remember we were getting those a lot throughout the day. And then I was reading on Reddit, what would have happened if you were in the middle of a delivery working that day, and then they said that they were halting operations. I was reading on Reddit that some had to finish the delivery, and the people paid through either Cash App or Venmo. They were giving the extra money nonetheless, though. But just imagine if something would have happened. I mean, that's the other thing with working with those gig apps. You are what they call an independent contractor. I mean, that would have been on you. Or we don't know, dude. We don't know, people, what would have happened. But the other thing, this was scary. Besides what was going on yesterday, like around, I think it was, I think it was like around 3:00 or 5. Or 2. I don't remember exactly. But yesterday, I thought I was feeling dizzy. Because I thought I was, because I have been feeling dizzy lately. I'm not going to lie to you. But yesterday I was like, what the hell? I was sitting down eating my lunch. And then while I was cutting my steak, I was like, what the hell? I was feeling dizzy. Then now the technology really impresses me. Because, let me see. Yesterday at 2:41 p.m., earthquake was detected. We got an emergency alert and the emergency alert system on your phones, and it says earthquake detected. Drop, cover, hold on, protect yourself. And that right there, people, is something that is ultra fucking scary. Now they can detect earthquakes. Well, you know what though? If that's the case, people, if they can detect earthquakes now, like imagine we're at home or we're at work. Imagine we're sleeping, because most of the times earthquakes occur like around 3 or 4 in the morning. I mean, they could hit as soon as that thing beeps, it's coming. It'll give you time to duck and cover or get in the middle of a doorway. But just imagine, people, if that technology would have existed back in January 17th of 1994, or what happened in the following year in Kobe, Japan. I mean, people, technology in this day and age has advanced a lot. I mean, a lot, people. And that is super impressive, but scary at the same time. It's super scary, And it says here that Southern California got another surprise in the afternoon as an earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 5.1 hit near Ojai, about 80 miles northwest of downtown Los Angeles, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. It was felt widely and was followed by smaller aftershocks. There were no immediate reports of major damage or injury, according to a dispatcher with the Ventura County Sheriff's Office. And it says here that Hilary is just the latest major climate disaster to wreak havoc across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Hawaii's island of Maui is still reeling from a blaze that killed over 100 people and ravaged the historic town of Lahaina, making it the deadliest U.S. wildfire in more than a century. Firefighters in Canada are battling the nation's worst fire season on record. Beaches were closed across the Mexican cities of Ensenada and Tijuana, while shelters were open across sports complexes and government offices. One person drowned on Saturday in the Mexican town of Santa Rosalia when a vehicle was swept away in an overflowing stream. Rescue workers say 4 other people, said Edith Aguilar Villavicencio, the mayor of Mulegé Township. says here the Mexican army troops found out across Mulich where some of the worst damage occurred Saturday on the eastern side of the Baja Peninsula. Soldiers used bulldozers and dump trucks to clear tons of boulders and earth clogging streets and roads that were turned into raging torrents a day earlier. The governor of California, Governor Newsom, declared a state of emergency. The Federal Emergency Management Agency said it has officials inside California's Emergency Preparedness Office and teams on standby with food, water, and other help. To the north in Nevada, Governor Joe Lombardo declared a state of emergency and activated 100 National Guard troops to assist with problems from predicted flooding in western Clark and Nye counties in southern Sonata County and Esmeralda County. In Arizona, wind gusts near 60 miles per hour in Yuma County, where officials gave out thousands of sandbags. And, you know, I never thought in a million years that this type of shit would occur here in the southwestern part of the United States. Because when you're look, I'm no expert or any of that stuff, but okay, let's think about hurricanes for 1 second. Okay, hurricanes form in the central part of Africa. They start as little small gusts, and then they slowly form, and then they become a tropical storm, and as they move further west, that's when it gains strength and it becomes a hurricane. And that people, that is like, oh my God! It all starts in the Central Africa, then it starts gaining momentum, and then becomes a tropical storm. Then it moves out further west, and it becomes a hurricane. Like when I remember when I was a kid, the strongest hurricane at that time was Hurricane Andrew that happened in 1992. At that time, that was considered the most deadliest hurricane until it was replaced by Katrina. But to this day, the strongest hurricane was Hurricane Labor Day. And it's, man, I don't know what do I think of this. Like right now, it's so sunny and bright right now. It's so pretty right now outside here. Going out, if you want to go out for a walk, you can go out right now. It's such a beautiful day today here in Southern California, people. But this is just another thing to say that I know a lot of people are probably gonna attack me, or who don't believe in this or not, but climate change is very real. When was the last time you heard hurricanes or even tornadoes forming here in California, in the west coast part of the United States of America? If you want to talk about tornadoes, you automatically think of the central part of the United States, like states like northern Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Kansas, Iowa. I don't know about the both North and South Dakota. I don't know about Minnesota. But even like maybe parts of Illinois, or even like the other states, Tennessee and all that stuff, that's where you hear about tornadoes and whatnot. And in the eastern part of the United States, like the southeastern part, it's you mostly hear about hurricanes. And the northern is like New York, New Jersey, etc., Connecticut, are blizzards. And here in the West Coast, it's specifically here in the state of Cal. I don't know about Oregon or Washington State, but when you hear California, it's automatically earthquakes. Like every section of the country has its own natural disaster, but when you talk about when you see like hurricanes are coming here into the southwestern United States, that is fucking scary, people. It's unheard of, but because of what's really going on here with climate change, it's very real. But if you ask some other people, they say that's not true. The people who don't believe in climate change, look what's happening here. It's very, very fucking real, people. That's not a lie. No one will lie about climate change. It's like, I'll use as an example. Mike Pence, he does, former Vice President Mike Pence, he doesn't believe in climate change, but he believes in Noah's Ark. Enough said. It's very real, people. But it is what it is, Well, I finish up with this part of my episode. Now on to the most absurd thing that I've heard coming out of Elon Musk's mouth this time around. Man. You know what I hate about Elon Musk? Okay, I don't care that he's a billionaire, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care about that. He's a very smart dude, and he earned everything, He created SpaceX, he created Tesla. Good for him, He's a billionaire. That's all I can say, but other than that, this guy, just like talking about it just angers me. Elon Musk is going to remove the block button. I mean, what's the purpose of removing the block button, And it angers me that shit is occurring. And, it's funny how, I read other reports that Elon Musk, a lot of people still call it Twitter. Nonetheless, they don't call it X. I still call it Twitter. I don't fucking care. But Elon Musk is so adamant for people to say, stop calling it Twitter. It's X. Things don't change like that. When you change something, you just can't change it overnight, dude. It will always be Twitter for me. And I don't fucking care. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Whenever I look at my phone, I see that X logo. I say, I'm going to go log into Twitter. And other people say, but it's X. I don't care. It will always be Twitter nonetheless for me. And, okay, this is what, okay. I, for one, do not agree with the removal of the block button because it's there for a reason, because you don't want to interact with other ignorant or stupid people. And if other people block you for some weird reason, okay, that's their fucking right. I don't like if people. I have people who have blocked me. I don't fucking care. I mean, there are some who kind of I got surprised. There was a person who blocked me. I don't know why. I never did anything to this person, but if that person blocked me, hey, whatever, it's her right. No snot off my nose. But I will compare this. Okay, this is how I compare the block button. Okay, say for example, you're in your house. You're in the kitchen. Your kitchen has a window, and then there's the gate. There's the fence of the next door neighbor, and you see something that's really annoying, like a kid jumping over, doing all this shit and all that, and you have your window open. You hear all this noise that the kid's making. So what do? You shut the window, and you won't hear any fucking noise. So that's how I compare it. I would compare, like, say that you want to hear something or you don't want to see something in your timeline, you just block the person. You shut the window. So that's the same thing with when you block some asswipe on Twitter. And he's making all these disparaging remarks, insulting people, saying like racist tweets, or just being an asshole. Period. So you just block the person so you won't see them in your timeline. I have blocked a lot of people, especially people who are ultra right wing, like especially like MAGA nuts. I've had interactions with a couple of MAGA supporters, and I kid you not, people, they are very, very adamant. They are adamant. They're just fucking crazy, And that's the reason why I'm against. If they remove the block button, the MAGAs are going to go after other people. They're going to be writing all these death threats and insulting people. You can't, like, mute is not even going to be enough. And if this guy removes the block button, it's it's on for those people. And this is what happened here. Elon Musk blocks actor James Woods after weekend Twitter spat. It says here that Elon Musk has blocked actor James Woods following a weekend spat over the CEO's plan to remove that exact figure from Twitter. On Friday, August 18th, Elon Musk announced that the social media site, which has attempted to rebrand as X, would dramatically limit the ability of users to block other accounts. Many believe that that decision will allow harassment to flourish on the platform. And that is something that is absolutely true, people. I don't agree with that. It's going to be, it's going to be on for those crazy fucks. It says here, and I quote, "Block is going to be deleted as a feature except for DMs," Musk tweeted. Makes no sense. The next day, this guy I am not a fan of because he says a lot of crazy, stupid shit. But this is the one time that I agree with James Woods. It says here, and I quote, "The next day, James Woods, who is known to be one of Hollywood's most vocal conservatives, criticized the billionaire's decision. The 76-year-old argued that if Musk removes the ability to block concerted harassment by trolls or organized political entities, how will X be any different from Jack Dorsey's horror Twitter?" And he says here, Musk, who I champion, is only doing this to protect his advisors anyways. Users of X are mere pawns to turn the site into an electronic shopping mall. The man I thought was a defender of free speech is just another greedy capitalist. Disappointing, but not surprising. And you know what Elon Musk said to James Woods, which to me that was mind blowing. Musk said to James Woods, and I quote, "Then delete your account," just like that. And then other people who are very like the left wing actually came to the defense. I saw a lot of people coming to the defense of James Woods because of what this guy said. Because even though they don't agree politically, but they agree that removing the block button on Twitter is going to be the worst thing that Elon Musk is going to do, people. And then lo and behold, it says Elon Musk blocked James Woods. Which doesn't fucking surprise me. It says here, you prerogative, sir, which is exactly my point. Have a nice day. That's what James Woods said. And it says here, and then Elon Musk said, "I'm having a good time blocking people who complain that blocking is going away. How does that medicine taste?" Shortly after, James Woods shared a screenshot confirming that he had been blocked by the Tesla CEO. "I've received such astonishing support from all of you. I'm truly humbled that the recurring theme in your heartfelt DMs was a fear that I would leave X," Wood said in a follow-up post. "I have now decided that I will never leave, and I will only be silent when they find an excuse to remove my account." Since Musk's Twitter takeover, the social media has undergone several controversial changes, including the removal of the verified blue check mark, which was initially granted to the celebrities, politicians, journalists, and other users of significance. Now, any user is able to receive the check mark if they pay $8 monthly subscription fee. Go fuck yourself. I will never do that. In May, Jack Dorsey reacted to Musk's recently rebranded site, saying that, quote, "It all went south after Tesla chiefs purchased the platform. He said Musk should have walked away from the acquisition. And sadly, I think Elon should have walked away, people. But what happened? Right now, I'm still on Twitter. I'm never gonna call it X at all. But the fucked up part, people, is that this guy is making a lot of ridiculous changes. Like for that, when he mentioned the blue mark check, and that was dumb. And then remove what would happen if this guy removes the block feature? And let me check right now on my Twitter right now. Let me see. I'll use an example. Let me see. I'm here on Twitter. I'm on the McDonald's account. It still says block McDonald's. Says block McDonald's. McDonald's will no longer be able to follow you or message you. You will not see notifications from McDonald's. Okay, I'm press block. McDonald's is block, but they haven't done nothing, so I'm gonna unblock them. Okay, but if this guy removes it and only keeps it for himself, that's just being selfish. And right now, I have still have received a code for Blue Sky, because that's the one. Okay, I have Threads, but not a lot of people still use it, even though I don't think there has been a massive exodus from Twitter to Threads or to Blue Sky. I mean, Blue Sky, some people still some have it. I don't know if some other people use it or not, because it's still what they call in beta mode. But let me see. Let me check my email, because I am dying to use Blue Sky, because that's the one that I'm really, really looking forward for, people. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Gmail. Nope. I still have not gotten the code yet, people. But in conclusion, what's going to happen now? If this guy removes the block button, is he going to remove the mute button also? Because in all honesty, I think Elon Musk is the biggest fucking idiot, schmuck, dumbass, stupid idiot. I could go on and on and on. But what good has he done to Twitter? Ever since he bought it, it's all gone down the shitter. Nothing good has happened on Twitter right now. And he allowed other people to come back onto that social media platform. Like, the biggest one has to be with Donald Trump. And this guy did something worse. And I have talked about this. I've talked about this on my other social media accounts. And there is something that really angers me. I have supposedly Elon Musk gave what they call amnesty for people who have had past accounts suspended because of people being assholes. You can get them back. I tried in vain to get my old personal Twitter account. And I didn't do anything major. It's just that I was always tweeting about my least favorite person in the world, and yet people always found a way just to talk shit, to report me, and they got my account, my personal Twitter, suspended. I did everything, even when Jack Dorsey was still around. It was impossible to get my page back. And then when this guy supposedly got Elon Musk, when he bought this social media website, he says that he was going to allow people who had their accounts suspended to bring them back, which I thought, hey, this will be a good. But I did everything. I followed protocols and whatnot, and yet they told me that I'm not going to get my page ever again, which I thought was completely unfair, people. Why? Besides Trump, there's this one guy who I will not fucking name. All I'll say is that he rhymes with... his name is Storms. That's all I'll say. That guy is the biggest race baiting piece of garbage racist, that he thinks that he's so special that he can talk all this shit to people, calling him something. There's a word that he used to say that one of my favorite one of my favorite accounts I had on Twitter, she said that this guy used to say that his quote unquote brand, and he said that he called people who are not intelligent wrestling fans, basically just calling people just because they disagree with him, they call him stupid, or they disagree with him with his politics. And they suspended his account, but what happened? They brought back his account. For being the fucking racist that he is, they allowed Mike Lindell, out of all fucking people, Mike Lindell, people, the My Pillow guy. They brought his ass back, Donald Trump, and me. I didn't do nothing major, people. Nothing major. And yet somehow they allowed him to, they didn't allow me to get my account back, which I thought was a fucking bummer, you know. I hated that. And let me see what one person said in regards to what I wrote. I wrote a video, and I said, Elon Musk is a liar. And then this person said, and I quote, "It's called money and how they care more about people with fan base and money." And sadly, that is absolutely right. I mean, Michael Lindell is a broke boy. He's selling all his equipment that he made for MyPillow, but he has a huge fan base, and they allowed him back. Trump, we all know what he was. And this guy, that little man who was being a racist fuck, they allowed him to come back on Twitter. And I did something minor, something extremely minor, people, and yet they didn't give me my account back. That's something that really got me pissed off about that. And like right now, what's going to happen to Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it? Nothing's for sure what's going to happen in that social media page. I know that a lot of people are still staying, you know, like even James Wood said that he was going to stay. But what's going to happen right now if Elon Musk is making all these absurd changes? Like removing the blue mark check for celebrities and whatnot, laying off and firing people. This one, the big, I'd say removing the block button is a big one, people. And if that happens, people, I think that's the end of Twitter or X, however you want to call it. That's going to be the end. I don't know what the future holds for that social media website. All I know is that I think Twitter should have not been sold to this guy, because this guy has no clue whatsoever of how to run a social media page, you know, totally. And I'd say this because I really mean it. I think Elon Musk is a useless owner. He is a useless owner. He's a smart guy. He knows how to run SpaceX. He knows how to run Tesla. I'll give him credit for that. But does he know how to run a social media website? No. He is fucking a clueless fucking twat. That's what Elon Musk is, a clueless fucking twat. So, well, that about wraps up for this week's episode from my podcast, people. I will keep you updated. You can find me on my social media websites. And if you ever have any questions or anything like that, you can email me at, or have something you want to make a comment. You can find me on Twitter at talkwithantonio, or my email talkwithantonio@gmail.com. If you have any questions, message me, and I will see you next week, people. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.